well, it's the next night. We're back down here briefly. We don't have a ton of time tonight, but we are going to try to, we're going to take the front of this off the water pump and the timing cover gasket so that I can figure out what cam we have in this thing. Let me turn this a little bit. Because we need that information. I got a bunch of parts ordered today. And we need to get this all tore out off here so that we can get the information that we need. Know what I mean? Oh, where's a good spot for this? How about right there? Never find that again. Set you guys down. And hopefully I can get a socket in there. I might have to get the old rat shit out. Try to make this quick this evening. We got homecoming things going on in town. And my friends have a bunch of kids in it. Want me to go down and see them all go by on the floats and whatnot, so. And we're running behind. We had a video to edit. And, you know, all that fun stuff. So we'll get this off. And then this guy can fit back over here somewhere. Tell you what, I know you guys can't see anything that I'm doing, but this tool cart has really come in handy. And this is exactly why I wanted it. For doing stuff like this, and having the space and being able to roll stuff around and get it out of the way. Somebody really bench pressed that other one on there, didn't they? Okay. Get those off of there. Take our water pump and throw it over here on the cart. All this stuff's gonna get repainted, obviously, as well. Let me, what do I do with my bar? There it is. Let me spin this engine a little more upright here. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's pull this wonderful looking unit off of here. I didn't even open the shop doors. Set all that stuff on there. I'm hoping that we're able to get some numbers off the cam. I know it's probably wishful thinking, but they should be on there, you would think. And you always want to be careful, try not to bend your cover if you can help it. I did hopefully locate a piston. Where's my flat hat at? You guys seen it anywhere? I think I located a piston. We got a bunch of gaskets ordered. And all of that good stuff. That's nice and clean. That's good. Hey, it helps when you throw some light on it. See the mark on the crank gear now? I missed it. It's small. It says 0. I'm gonna put a white paint mark on it just so it's easier to see. And we should be okay to take the cam sprocket off. Know what I mean? Vern? We'll just give her a little mark. Probably help if there wasn't a big drop of oil on that. And it doesn't really matter. But we'll just mark the chain anyway. We can go ahead and unbolt our cam sprocket. Take these bolts out of here, and just slip that off. Damn it. There are no numbers on the front of this cam. Son of a gun. I was hoping there would be. They're probably on the back. Shit the bed. You guys see that? Right up here, you can probably see it better without a light glaring off it. Yeah, no numbers on the cam on the front, so they got to be on the back, which is unfortunate. I don't know what's going on here. Why there's not just plugs in there? I don't know. Can I get to the one on the back? Probably have to pull. Probably have to pull the flex plate off, and then pop that out. Damn it. Well, I think unfortunately the only way we're gonna figure this out is to well, we gotta take this head off anyway, because I bought new head gaskets. We're just gonna take this head off and pull the cam out. Well, I guess I can just, well, the head's got to come off anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and tear this stuff apart. I'm gonna put tunes on, and you guys have already seen me take one head off, so I'm gonna do that, and we will be back. Okay, we are very, very carefully pulling this cam. Don't force it. Take your time. Be very gentle. I don't have the pistons out, which makes it a little tougher. But you got to make sure that everything's lined up perfect for it to come out. And that's proving slightly difficult right now. Let me grab my light here so I can kind of see. Those cam lobes they catch on pretty much everything. Okay, there it is. And there's our cam number that we need. Perfect. Let me set this down on something soft. So we have a Comp Cams 2 12224-4 710. So I'm gonna look those numbers up and I'll tell you what they mean. All right, we got a Comp Cams Magnum. Ooh, who is it? Who is it? Oh yeah, look at that hot rod coming in. God dang! Should we go out and take a look at it? I haven't seen this thing yet. He just got it done. Woo! Oh, that's the thing of beauty right there. That is a beaut. Got a float that keeps sticking in one of the carbs. Just floods it out. You can see all that black smoke. Anyway, what was I telling you guys? 525 lift. Let me get it back open here. 525 lift at a 294 duration. Comp Cam Magnum. Solid flat tappet. Street strip. Basic operating range 2,500 to 6,500. He was ripping it to $7,000. That might explain a little bit of the broken piston. And I think the rev limiter in this MSD box is 7,000 as well. Yeah, it is. So I'll have to drop that down. There's no reason to spend it to $7,000 if the cam's out at 6,500. What's our LSA? 110 LSA. So yeah, nice little cam. They're kind of expensive nowadays, $275. I doubt it was that price back when it was purchased. But I don't know, you never know. Let's grab a light and just see what we can see in these cam bearings. Can't see a ton. Everything kind of looks okay. Couple little scratches there. Little nick, maybe. Is that okay on the cam? Let's look at it. Yeah, it looks all right. Nice. She's barely broke in. It's in great shape. That's outstanding. Cool. Well, we accomplished what we wanted to tonight. And I have to work the rest of the week. Well, today's Wednesday. Tomorrow night I gotta do some things, arrange the dog sitter and all that stuff. And then I leave Friday for Missouri. Hopefully come back the next day. So won't be working on this for a few days. Hopefully we're back on it next week. So we'll see you then. Okay, well, we're back after a long weekend full of work. Here we are. Did get to spend just a little bit of time with the brother, the old professor. Got some work done on the 69 build, 69 GMC. If you haven't seen any of that, go check those videos out because that truck's gonna be sweet. We got our new piston and pressed onto our rod. It's not identical, but it's very, very close. The compression height is correct. Got new rings and frost plugs. We might as well put new plugs in the block while we've got it all torn down. You can kind of see this one might have been seeping a bit. There's one on the back that looked like it was seeping a bit. Oh, what else? We got our black silicone, we got our timing cover set, we got our 2 head gaskets. Try not to slide those off. We got intake gasket set. We got, I don't even know what this is, oil pan gasket. We've got more cleaners, engine paint, all that crap. We did pick up a different turbo 350 transmission. This one is built and it has a 3000 stall in it, and it is a manual valve body transmission. So this is actually the transmission that was bolted up to that engine. Guy gave me a good price on it, so I thought, screw it, let's pick that up too. So we've got that. Got a dust shield we didn't have, so that's nice. Got some random hoses for the vacuum modulator and transmission lines. We got our cross member for dual exhaust. We got long tube headers. We're waiting for the dual exhaust system to get here still. What else? What else? That might be it for now. Oh boy, we got our work cut out for us now, folks. So I think where we're gonna start is we are gonna rotate this to get that crank out of the way. And we're gonna hone this cylinder quick and get our piston put back in the block. And then we got to pull that other head off, clean all of our stuff. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this block with the old freeze plugs in it, and then pull those and then put our new ones in. So you'll have a nice block with nice fresh plugs in it. I think that's kind of a plan. That's as much of a plan as we're gonna get. I still need to order a fuel pump. That was one thing. I've got some aluminum brightener and stuff too to get this intake cleaned up. We kind of sprayed down this a little bit, you know, start cleaning up our combustion chambers on the heads. Yeah, plenty to do. Figured I'd give you that quick update tonight. It's already fairly late and I have a long day tomorrow also at work. This is kind of the time of year where everything starts to go nuts. So it's a balance. Try to make time for down here on top of the work schedule. And yeah, it can get tough. So I'm gonna start getting things organized and set up here. And yeah, I'll bring you back online. Also, I did want to point out, this being an 010 20509 block, it is a high nickel block. Just wanted to confirm that. I don't know if I said that on camera or not. But anyway, let me get set up here and we'll start rolling. All right, we have a paper towel down in there covering the crank to protect anything from getting down there on that crank journal and all that stuff. We've got some engine oil here we're going to pour onto a rag and get the inside of this coated with some engine oil. Get it all greased up, lubed up, and we'll do the same here on our stones. I'll get some engine oil on those. All right, go ahead and give this a quick little shot here. I don't think we need our drill on kill mode, but oop, I got my rag. Let me put that back. And that is really all it takes. If you go too nuts on it, you'll start taking material off, like too much material. So as you can see, we've got our cross hatching, cleaned it up, and that's really all you need so you can seat your rings. And now you want to make sure that that cylinder is absolutely clean. Very, very clean. And that's important. So get brake clean on your rag. You can see how dirty that is. And you want to do that until you don't have any silver or gray or dirty looking stuff on your towel. You want to make sure it's very, very clean. Now, one thing to note before putting your rings in, your top ring and your second ring, you need to check them for their end gap. And you can use your old piston or your new piston or whatever. Basically, you're just putting the piston an inch or so down into the hole there and getting out your feeler gauge set, you know, and checking what your end gap is. Now, on a bored out block, this one is 30 thousandths over, so it's 4 and 30 thousandths rather than just your standard 4-inch bore. And you'll want to use a piston ring, I don't know, multiplier factor, I suppose, if you want to call it that. So typically, like for a typical rebuild street engine car, you're going to use 40 thousandths for your multiplier. So 4.0 piston with a 4 or a 40 thousandths multiplier would give you a 16 thousandths ring gap for your top ring. Some guys say that the second ring should have a different gap, and that can be true. Got Henri over here puffing at somebody. And obviously that ring gap's going to change for whatever your build is. Like this is I don't know, mild slash medium-ish build. It's got a fairly light high lift cam. It's got a decent amount of compression. So your multiplier is going to change for that because it's going to generate more heat. Or if you're at the track, you know, or doing drag and drive events or whatever, you know, whatever you're using it for. Burnout contest car where you're running high RPM for a long time. A marine engine, you know, where it runs at a high RPM for a long time across the lake or down the river or whatever. Your multiplier is going to change. Boosted vehicles for sure. Supercharger, blower, turbo, whatever. So typically speaking, you know, like a medium build like this, you could use like a 45 thousandths multiplier. So being that this is a board 30 over, you would multiply your 4.030 times 0.045, and that would give you your ring gap. You know, typically speaking for the top ring, if you went to like a 50 thousandths multiplier for the second ring, will you stop? Stop it. It's not my fault you wrapped yourself around the wall. You just relax. Jeepers criminies, kids. So for this particular build, I believe this is what I've got. The top ring measured at 20 thousandths. The second ring, which is the one with the bevel on it, measured at 15 thousandths. So this would be your top ring. Here's your second ring with the bevel. The bevel faces down. It says top on the ring. This is just a square cut ring. We're gonna use 45 thousandths, I believe, is what I'm gonna go with. So my top ring's already gapped at 20 thousandths. I can't change that. My second ring down, I'm probably gonna do 23 thousandths on the gap on that. I could probably go 20 thousandths on them both. It'd be fine. There's a lot of really good engine builders out there that make a pretty good case on the second ring having a little more gap than the top ring to get released trapped combustion gas, essentially. So 3 thousandths of an inch, it's not really going to make that much of a difference, but that's what we're going to do on this, which means I have to file my new pistons. I don't have a ring filer here. I ordered one. So tonight, what we're gonna do, I did pop this other head off quick. Everything looks good on this side. And all the valves look really consistent on this side versus this side. This side obviously had an air leak or something was going on the intake probably. So what we're gonna do tonight, I'm gonna put you guys in a fast forward mode. I'm gonna crank tunes and we're gonna start cleaning. We're gonna clean this whole block. We gotta clean the heads. We gotta get everything prepped. The timing area, get the gasket cleaned up, water pump gaskets cleaned up. So nobody wants to sit here and watch me clean an engine. Once I get it all clean, we're gonna paint it and then we'll replace the frost plugs. So enjoy the music. Okay, well, she's all cleaned up, taped off as best as I could get it. Should we start, where should we start? Should we start right here in the front? I'm gonna try to get a little light ski going on it. Okay, let's hit a test shot. My first can that I opened was, well, it was blowed up. So luckily I bought two. Whoa, terrible aim. Let's do some light coats to start. It's gonna look nice. We're just going with gloss black. For whatever reason, I like the look of a black engine. It's actually covering pretty well. I'll have some touch up to do, I'm sure, but it'll be okay. and it is going to get a fuel pump. So if I get paint on the chrome cover, I'm not too worried about it. We'll hit this side over here. There it is, coat number 1. Okay, well there she is, 3 coats. The last coat is still a little damp, but I think it turned out pretty good. It's just gloss black. Who wants some ASMR? Or whatever they call that crap these days. Should I pull a little bit of tape off it? You hear Terry's diesel burnout? How could you miss it? Oh, kids these days. Little bit of overspray here and there, but not much. There she is. In all her glory. Gloss black. We are going to do the heads the same. And you guys are just going to have to deal with it, but that intake is staying aluminum color. And I believe the timing cover is also going to stay chrome. Just give it a little bit of contrast. These heads, I started on this one, as you can see. The orange paint that was on them literally just brake clean, and they came off. Or that paint came off. Kobe missed it. So anyway, I'm gonna get the valve covers cleaned up as well. Put the valve cover on the head with the old gaskets, paint it, and then we'll pull that off, put the new gaskets and stuff on. I like the look of being able to see the gasket. Well, A, they're blue, and B, I don't like the gaskets and everything painted with the engine, if that makes sense. It's just all one color. Everything, the paint gets on the gaskets and all that stuff. It just, I don't know. I don't like the look of it. And I also don't like the look of painted frost plugs either. So these will be, obviously, when we go to put these in, we'll have brass plugs in a nice freshly painted black block. And to me, I think that is a better look. Everybody's got their own opinion. That's mine. And like I said, the block off plate won't be there. There'll be a fuel pump there. So yeah, making progress, as the Canadians say. All right, well, here's our head. Clean as I can get it. You have to go around the other way, Dink. Yeah, you have to go around the grill. You're wrapped around it. She don't care. This is, we're about out of light, and we're about out of paint. So we're gonna hit this quick and we'll be headed home. All right, there she is. Cylinder head numero uno. Got the other one yet to do, but we are pretty near out of time for the night. We will try again tomorrow. All right, well, switching gears from where we left off, which was painting last night. Guess what came in today? The old cheapo ring filer. Proform brand, Amazon special. You know, this thing's not gonna be, it was like 40 bucks. So, who knows? It may be okay, maybe not. Tell you right now, it's already got some play in the wheel. So that's good. It's exactly what we want. Let's see if we've got somewhere we can set her up here. How about there? If I bolted it down, might be a little better. Let me find some bolts to stick through here and we'll try to get this ring set up. Okay, well, close enough. We got bolts going through it, but none of them actually with nuts on them. So anyway, what we're after, get the camera set up there. What we're after, we're gonna go for 20 thousandths first, and then we're gonna go to 23 thousandths. That's gonna be our final. Right now, this ring is at 15 thousandths. So you push your ring up against your posts here, and that'll keep it square. So let's see what we get. And it don't take very much. Okay, let's go see what we get. Let's just check, because if you take too much off, you're kind of screwed. And this is set on 20 thousandths right now already. Not quite. Starting to barely try to get that feeler in there. I'm going to take a couple more passes with this and we'll recheck it. Alright, give her a couple more little spins. And yes, this can be very time consuming. Very much so. Alright, keep getting interrupted with phone calls. Go ahead and check this. See if we get our 20 thousandths yet. Nope, not yet. She's close. I might try just a couple extra turns this time, see if it makes any difference. We'll find out here in a second. All right, there we are. 23 thousandths. That's where we're gonna call it. Let's go ahead and install them. So this is our second down ring, as we know, and it does say top on this side, and the bevel will be facing down. So we'll put it in this super jank piston ring installer. There's that one. And this one's at 20 thousandths. So we're gonna, whoa. We're just gonna go ahead and put this one on the old-fashioned way. All right, I'm gonna clock him straight up. This guy's gonna be over this way, 180 off. Oil rings over here. Should be good to go. Let's wipe this out one more time, and then we'll put a thin coat of oil on it, and we should be okay to install our piston. And actually, before we do that, we're going to coat this all up with engine assembly lube on the bearing and stuff. We'll give her some motor oil. That's O-L, not O-I-L. We'll go ahead and take this cap back off. There's markings, and you want your markings to line up. Otherwise you're putting your crap together backwards. And we don't have time for that. I'm gonna go wash my hands, get cleaned up, because you want everything to be extremely clean on the bearing assembly. And then we'll start putting this thing in. All right, this is what we're gonna use. Actually, I'm gonna shake it up a little bit. This stuff kind of sometimes will separate on you. Give her the old shake and bake, if you will. Yeah, see? Oops, see that? See how it's separated? That's what it should look like. Get that all coated up nice. Get the piston ring compressor all cleaned up as well. Throw our piston in. And we'll go ahead and clamp this thing down. You only have to go to the bottom of the oil ring, FYI. Just make sure it's square on your piston. Eyeball it. Now, you can see the dot. That faces forward towards the front of the engine, towards the timing chain. So make sure you pay attention to that, or you're going to be really unhappy you didn't. Check to make sure our compressor is good and tight here. All right. And that kind of sounds like we're stuck on a ring already. This ring compressor's not super great. Yeah, we're stuck on our oil ring. Let me back it off. That's why you want to be really gentle with these things, because if you don't quite have it right and you just go hammering away, it's not going to be good. You're not going to be happy with the result. Okay. Let's try it again. Make sure your piston is indexed correct. And we are stuck on the oil ring once again. Kind of a pile. The ring compressor, that is. Kind of a pile. Now you want to pay very close attention at the bottom while you're pushing this down. I'm only going to go far enough, like so. And then now you can come down to the bottom with your other hand. You can put vacuum caps on these, or you can do a number of things to protect your crank. And if you're just careful about it, you should be okay. Straighten her out just a tickle here. Oh, too much. There we go. So I'm going to come down to the bottom side and guide this down onto the crank. All right, there it is. Grab my light here. She's all the way down on the crank. Like I said, pay attention to your marks. This one I did put an arrow on already so that I know exactly how it goes. So we'll put that on there. We'll grab our light and just verify that our numbers are correct, and they are. I looked all this up at the machine shop. These are 55 foot-pound torque spec. These are ARP. There we go. Let me set up a torque wrench and we'll torque those. 55. Okay, there she is. Our brand new shiny piston. Back in her hole. Score 1 for the home team. Whew. All right, well, if I'm being honest, before this video gets to 7.5 hours long, we're gonna leave this one here. I'll probably show some of the reassembly process. Probably not all of it, it's just a ton of cleanup. Once I go to torque the heads and stuff back on, I'll show that. We do have some aluminum brightener for the intake to get that nice and cleaned up. The carburetor is tore apart at home right now in the ultrasonic cleaner. So we're gonna keep plugging away. Oh, I forgot to show you. Hopefully the battery don't die and I can make it out here. We'll find out. Look what came today. Yep, that's the exhaust. I think we've damn near got everything here, which is awesome. So anyway, I appreciate, as always, everybody watching. The feedback that everybody has, the likes, the shares, the subscriptions, all the stuff. We definitely appreciate you guys. Keep them coming, and we'll keep them coming. And don't forget, it's hard to lose when all you do is win. We'll see you in the next episode.